Jair today and then
Yeah, we'll see when we get out there if he can go, and we're hopeful that he can practice today.
Yeah, what do you think about Jonathan Jones, who's kind of migrated up the depth chart to be the #1 guy now?
Yeah, no, another solid player. They got a ton of great players on this football team, very well balanced, and so yeah, we're gonna have our work cut out for us, and we gotta do a great job collectively as a whole unit to give us the best chance to win.
Can I ask you about Friday practices this time of year? How much of it is still install for, and how much of it is just review of what you put in so far?
It changes week to week.
Really?
Oh yeah, week to week in terms of you're always going to try to give yourself the best opportunity or how you think you best should attack somebody, whether it's offensively, defensively, or on special teams. I think specifically talking offense and defense, today is usually the concentration's more on the red zone. So every team has a little bit of a different identity down there. So yeah, you're always trying to draw from your menu and not get too crazy with a bunch of new plays, but hopefully we have a big enough menu, whether it's offensively, defensively, to give our guys a chance to have success down there.
Allen's limited participation, how much of that is pain?
Who?
Allen, Lazard. How much is pain management versus precautionary, just to not make the ankle worse?
Are you talking about in practice?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's day to day. He's been doing a nice job, and I know he's getting better, but he's a tough guy, and you can see it in the way he plays. You can see it on a daily basis. Just how gritty of a dude he is. He brings so much to our football team, and certainly we want him at full strength. That makes us a better offense for sure.
Matt, does Dave decide whether it's a good week to practice in pads or not? I mean, is it based on how he feels each week, or are you going to probably try to keep him out of pads each week just to?
It's like the wind; it could change week to week. I don't know. I just listen. Well, it's not totally up to him, but certainly he's got a big say-so in it. I trust Dave. We trust Dave. And we're in constant communication in terms of what is the best plan for him to try to get him back to where he can go out there and play a full game. So, but it could definitely change. I told you guys the other day we're pretty fluid around here, and I would see the same with that situation.
One of the rookies the other day, I think it was Quay, was saying, what's the biggest difference so far? He goes, I've got more free time. I'm like, what? And what he was talking about was he doesn't have to worry about 4 or 5 classes, writing reports, taking an exam, that kind of thing. But you must be aware of that every year, the transition to these guys about the independent study on film, right, between a leader like a Kenny Clark or a position coach.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a big part of it. And for a lot of young players, it's just about finding your rhythm, your process, how you can go out there and prepare to the best of your ability so you can go out and play to the best of your ability. And I think there's a learning curve for most players. Some of these guys pick it up a little bit quicker than others. And certainly you're trying to, if you have great veterans in a room, which we do, thankfully, you want the young guys to learn from those older veterans. Like Devondre Campbell's a great example, how he prepares for each and every game.
How did Christian look yesterday, going full participation?
He looked pretty good, so we'll see how he responds today and where he's at.
Matt, did you spend any time looking at the Super Bowl against the Rams this week? And one of the reasons is, what do you do in that situation where a team comes out and that's a man team and all of a sudden they're playing zone, which is kind of what they did in that game? How do you handle something like that?
You got to adjust. Yeah, certainly well aware of, I'm not going to tell you which games we did and did not watch, but well aware of just the history with them. Certainly, I told you I haven't gone against I haven't been a part of teams that have gone against the New England Patriots too many times, but we did in 2016, did in 2018, did in when I was 1 year in Washington. But so it's just, we know that the challenges that exist, I'd say, and you better be able to adjust quickly and have some plays that are good versus whatever they want to come out and try to do to you, because he's one of the best at whatever you do well, we know they're going to try to take it away.
You've had that before though, right? Like I can't remember what game it was that Aaron was talking about, how a team was either a man team and then they came out playing zone the whole game. I mean, does that happen several times a year?
I feel like it's happened more here than any place I've ever been, and I think it's a byproduct of just some of the pieces we've had in the past, and then also Aaron. Guys don't want to give him the same look, and so I think you kind of plan ahead for a lot of different situations and just make sure you have answers for whatever an opponent's going to do to you. And, you know, hopefully you recognize and make the adjustments quick enough in order to have some success on the offense side of the ball.
Sunday's game is the Coaches versus Cancer initiative. What does that mean to you?
Well, I mean, you're talking about a thing that affects many people in this world. And so just, you know, the awareness for that, obviously it's, I mean, I'm sure it's affected most people in this room at some stage or at some level. And, you know, you want to bring light to it. And, you know, your health is one thing that you can never take for granted. There's nothing more important than that. And, so hopefully, you know, we can continue to donate the resources or whatever, put the resources forward to find a cure for cancers.